So earlier today, there be some news coming out of the r/combat footage. Apparently, more long range drones hit. I wonder what aircraft this is. So this would be an Su-24. That makes sense. This makes perfectly good sense. It's 100% what it was in the first one too. What is this? All-weather tactical bomber. Manufactured from 67 to 93. Su-24. What about our list here? So I don't know what the Su-24 F-111 would be. I mean, we still use the F-111. Variable sweep wing. This is the one out yet. Many Russian bases were hit. I mean, that's big money lost for sure. I'll be right back. All right. We'll check out these air bases on the Google Earth. Let it finish up. All right. Just in case. No dox me, please. This image is from 2021. It's pretty long ago. Here's your strategic bombers. I don't think they hit any of these. I think these sweeped ones are like these are MiG 35s. You got um here. I think this one's an alligator. These are alligators right here. The K-52s. Yeah, these are big bombers. These ones. Not sure what that is. This is probably that. Um, though based on the images from you can kind of see an. I mean, of course, this is 2021 is like what fucking 5 years ago. I mean, this could have changed, but some of these are parked not fully in shelters. Yeah, you can see the perimeter for this one a lot easier. The walls. And that's just one perimeter. I'm guessing there's multiple perimeters. Fucking trench, dude. Now, normally on an airfield like this, too, okay, you could have some of these parked in this area. Normally, you would have magazines. I'm guessing. Are these magazines? I don't think these are magazines. So a magazine is just what you're storing your bombs and ordnance in. These look like just regular homes. Big perimeter, fence, trenches on the outside. These are, I'm not sure what these are. Where are your magazines? Where are you storing all your ordnance on this base? Like an example would be, I'm trying to think of an airfield in America off the top of my head. Like, I know if you go to the Bangor Naval Station, you can see it from a satellite. Where is Seattle? Here's the sound. There's Seattle. Bangor is, this is part of Bangor right here. So this is a naval base, a little bit different, but like all this are storage for magazines. Or storage for ordnance. And a lot of times you'll have railroads because they'll transport this. So yeah, these are all magazines. You see how these are inside of these is just ordnance. And the idea is, cover it with earth. Don't overload these so that way if one blows up, they don't all blow up type of thing. And probably, I'm not a super expert on magazines, but probably depending on the size, depth, and other things related to the magazines, you might be able to determine what's in them. But you usually you're gonna have service roads that so there can be transport if you want to get something out of one of these magazines. Then all these roads, lead to these types of areas so they can get loaded up on the ships. So this is where you can see some of our this is a submarine. So yeah, I'm just wondering, dude, my phone. So yeah, I mean, you can just see magazines everywhere. And this is a really big naval base. So, I mean, and it holds some of our Trident missiles. So, this is one potential airfield. But again, I'm just interested. Where are the magazines? Part of me thinks it might be in this area, but you would have access roads going up and down. These don't look like magazines, at least not ones I'm familiar with. This is fuel. More fuel right here. I mean, this looks like, if I had to guess, solar panel. Like normally you can spot magazines, and again, like they're gonna have to load airplanes up on the tarmac before takeoff. So I mean, I feel like there should be magazines in this area somewhere. I wonder what this is. I mean, this definitely isn't a runway. This is more like, then what, they taxi out here? And what are these? Nothing of interest. I mean, they could be housing it in here. This could all be. I don't know what that is. Mm-hmm. I mean, if I had to guess the entire outline of this military installation, this could actually still be on the installation. This could be housing for the installation. This might be like, you know, your general public's not allowed in this area. This looks like regular farmland. Then you have housing, but this doesn't look like this would be on base. So yeah, I don't know where they're keeping the munitions, to be perfectly honest, on this base. This kind of looks like munition. Looks like they have a driving course here too. Like, yeah, I could see this being a storage facility for munitions. You would cart the munitions. Man, they're run down if they are. Okay, so I mean that's one base, one potential base that got hit. I mean, let's look at the distance from the front lines here. Yeah, it's a good amount. Although I mean it's closer to the front lines than, let's see where the other ones are. Potential other ones. You know what? I am gonna add this to my Google Maps. I'm gonna just keep updating my Google Maps until it's got everything I could ever want. All right, we'll put a place mark here. This one was called whatever this is. Let's change this symbol to this one. Airfield. Okay. So then the next one we have is is this? Where's this one at? A little bit further away, it looks like. East, southeast. These look like magazines. Also from 2021, the satellite image. Same rundown buildings we kind of saw before. These look like military trucks. Yeah, these seem like they could be storage. It's hard to tell if there's any depth to this. Like if there was berms around these, it would even suggest more like, because again, when you're storing explosives, you kind of want to make sure if they go. This looks like a magazine right here. Yeah, like these big long with earth filled over them. This feels a little bit more like a regular airfield. Although I'm interested. Yeah, you can see where the farmland stops right here. Like this is the perimeter. Bro, it would not surprise me if like whoever's farming this area, we've been paying to spy on this place. Probably a guard post of some kind there. I mean, although this looks like farmland, but I don't think it is. I think this is just manicured. I mean, even like, dude, like, well, I mean, I see the perimeter fence here, but still. A little too close to for comfort for farming next to my strategic airfield. More of these same buildings. I'm guessing these are also part of munition storage. This I'm not so sure of. Kind of looks like a big bunker. Like this goes underground, maybe, but there's no access road, so I don't know if that really makes sense. They say there's this road here. Well, it would go over. So yeah, I don't know. Unless I'm looking at the wrong way, the bunker might be going to the right. There might be some storage here. We got like a lot of, these are SU frames of some kind, anywhere between SU 20 something to SU, I don't know, what are they up to, like 30? What do we got here? This looks like an AA site. This looks like a radar. Looks like a lot of power is being, or going here. This might be like a command center area. These look like, they're like little command module, like trailers you sit in. This looks like a radar. This could be a missile launcher, like an S-300. Also potentially another missile launcher here. This looks like a straight up anti-air battery right here. Sometimes too on military bases, what I'm also looking for is, so like if I went, let's first label this real quick so I don't lose it. This one was called what? This one. So if you went to, I don't know if Fort Bragg would come up anymore. I don't know if they changed the name. So this is Fort Bragg. So here's our landing zones that we used to use for jumping. They would fly the planes over. You would jump onto these LZs and do some of your practice. But like yeah, a DZ. What you'll see is you can tell where the ranges are. Like they cut out trees. This is like a shooting range right here. You have different targets. This is where you know your shooters are in this area. And then depending on the weapon system, again, like you can kind of tell by the layout, like you have things going on in here internally. You know, you got people jumping out of airplanes and doing stuff here. You don't want to have people firing inwards necessarily. Well, there's an impact zone right here. You can tell it's an impact zone. Nothing grows here. This is probably one of the OPs. These are all tanks and vehicles for practicing. You can see big craters out here. More tanks for practicing. God knows what these are. Dude, this place. God, I would love to clear one of these ranges. There's probably so much shit up there. So this is like one of the main impact zones. Aerial gunner range. So again, you can just tell ranges. There'll be like weird shit out here. These are targets. And then for like infantry, if infantry are practicing in the area, like you can see all the ranges. Like this is a range. You can see like the gunfire has literally, you know, like trees are growing where people aren't shooting. Like some of it might be manicured, but you don't really need to manicure it all that much because, I mean, it's always getting chopped down through gunfire and shit. Range 30, you know, of course in America we're super open about our shit, so these are all ranges. You know, you have you can just tell, like, okay, range. This one caught on fire, range, more range, another type of range. And sometimes you can tell what the ranges are for. This seems like a target, maybe a shoot house deal in there. So when I go to these airfields that we're looking at, if there is other units also using this airfield, there'll normally be signs of a range and stuff. This all looks military. If I had to guess, military. But yeah, just a good old airfield out here. But I'm guessing this is where the ordnance are stored. In these general areas and these buildings. We saw these types of buildings like nearly the same thing. This might be another anti-air battery right here. Same thing, satellite, a command building. Yeah, so this is anti-air. And they got another anti-air battery here. All right, what's our other potentials? Let's see here. What we got? This one's far. God damn, dude. If they did hit this, holy shit. That one is far from. I mean, this is Eastern Russia. Holy shit. I mean, Ukraine's. Golly. Here's Ukraine. Here's that airfield. Dude, if they did hit this airfield, my God. Talk about a deep strike. Looks like another anti-air battery here. Bunkers of some kind. Here's your magazines for sure. Guaranteed this is where ordnance is stored in this general area. Maybe here too. With a high degree of confidence, that's where the this is probably ordnance. Not sure what this is. Dude, what a mess. Oh my God, it just looks like such a mess. Not sure what this is. This kind of looks like a thrown together range. Like you have a burn spot. Maybe some shit to blow up or shoot at. This is a big air. This is a big base. Which makes me think. Yeah, this is a fence right here. Fence. Probably a gate right here. Parking for people that work here. A factory of some kind. So they're producing the air. They might be producing the aircraft here too. Looks like something not great is happening here. So I bet this whole area subsists. It's probably part of this, like in the sense you have everyone in this area is like it's just like Fort Bragg or any other military place. There's a lot of industry here. Trains for moving large amounts of material. When was this photo taken? Do we have a 2025? This is 2025. This seems like a refinery. Feels very much like a refinery. So you have a refinery. Literally, this looks like a factory for building aircraft. Where was all that parking? You have all this parking and then yes, a super jet factory. That's an old MiG right here. This is old fucking fuel leak. Something leaked over here. Like if we went to the footage, I wonder if we can see. This one doesn't feel like it's that one in the Far East. I don't know if we've gone to this one. Might be one we've already seen or been on the Google Maps. Another big 31. SU 27. Like this one, these are definitely different in the sense this one looks like farm field, or not farm field, but like very flat all around. God damn, that thing's flying close to the ground. Jesus. There's your MIA helicopter. Or that might be MI-26. That the last one might have been an MI-26 too. That's an MI-25, right? No, 28. I don't know all the nomenclatures. All right. That looks like MIA, yeah. With rocket pod, so that was a so based on this one tells us a little bit. Let's see if anyone's geolocated anything. Shit. This is a decoy, man. I am not coping. I have seen more SU-30s in my life than many of you. Look at the cockpit, completely discolored. Here's a geolocation. Okay. Let's see what that does here. First, let's drop a pin on this. This was part of this fact or this deal. This airfield. All right. I knew someone somewhere would geo confirmed. Give me this, right? Yeah. Good geo. Let's take a look. Let's take a looky. They're talking about this right here. We're gonna I haven't marked this one yet. This does look familiar. Yep. This is what, and with the folding, yeah, I mean, I would say. Now they're saying that's the exact plane that got hit. That's crazy. When was this photo taken? This is 2026? Well, it says image date, or it says 2026 there. Oh, God. 2022. And what were they geolocating? What would they use to geolocate this? See, I don't have the skill for this. Like geolocating is another beast entirely. Also, they flipped their image. Give me a northern heading when you do this, please. They're talking about an intersection. Which intersection is this? God damn you. An intersection. Oh, they're looking at it like this. Is it these buildings? I mean, it's pretty close to the intersection, but I don't see those buildings. This looks destroyed. This doesn't look good. This looks like an obstacle course of some kind. This looks like a training for humans, not airplanes. Underground stuff. This is probably munition storage. Where else would there might be munition storage? This is also a big airfield. They've got boats here. I wonder if this whole thing is like all military. Like this is obviously farm, but this could be old, just old where they used to put airplanes. Radar of some kind. Where's your munition storage? Ooh, we got pictures from On Post. Damn. Someone leaked this. Who's this guy? This guy's no longer. Fell out of a window, probably. His last post was Moscow. When was this post? 5 years ago. So this dude hasn't made a post in 5 years. He probably got a little bit of trouble for that one. Still looking for munition storage. All this is obviously for aircraft. I mean, right here. Yeah, their munition. This could be fuel, though. I don't know. This could also be munition storage. This is all housing, which all looks like it's on base. It wouldn't surprise me if this is all one big base. Maybe even including this. It's a building of some kind. Who's farming this, though? That's what I want to know. Who's got rights to farm, either on post or next to it? This looks like old defensive stuff. What is going on over here? People camping? This looks military. And with this much military stuff here, there's gotta be training ground somewhere we can identify. This is military as well. I wonder if there's a gate guard. This might be a gate right here. This might be one way, but then doesn't really make sense. Not with us splitting the road right there. I don't know. This could be a gate. I see kind of like a fence-ish area. Fence, 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 fence. Fence, 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 fence. No gate guard here, though. You know what? This might not be fence. This might be fuel pipeline. Because I'm seeing it go up and over. You can see the shadow. If you follow it, where does it go? Pipeline might connect to this. Keeps going, keeps going, keeps going. I don't know what that is. Unless it's for irrigation, but I don't think so. So usually if they have a ridge, it's going to be facing outwards. This looks like training. Nope, these are magazines. Old, blown up too. They might have been storing stuff here. Now, whether it was blown up because of the war or because there was an accident, I have no clue. This almost looks like an orchard or some kind. I don't know what this is. This looks like it's part of the farming. The fuck is this? Man-made lakes. Maybe evaporation lakes of some kind. Seawall. Oh, God. I was like, oh, that's like a nice beach. No, maybe not. No, this is a nice beach. A little rocky, but you know, I can only imagine how cold the water is out here. That's a nice little coastline. And just, is that part of Crimea? Oh, yeah, I think so. Right? Is this not the Crimea Peninsula right here? Sevastopol. Sounds familiar. This red line. Guessing, yeah, this is all trench. Trench, 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 trench. I'm guessing there's gonna be trenches over here too. Maybe not. Maybe they're just guarding this with this area. This looks like a checkpoint. If I had to guess. None of them are looking at whatever this is. And here's your trenches. All right, there are trenches here. Those are like the two access roads to here. There might be another one here. Some type of... Yep, there's your trenches. Dude, the fact that we're back in trench warfare is just blows my mind. There's a lot of shit over here. God damn. What about this? What is... There might be some bombing ranges out here too. It wouldn't surprise me. This looks like training area. These might be storage facilities for munitions. That's what this looks like. So probably not bombing ranges, but this definitely looks like storage of some kind. This has a shadow. There's something tall here. Guessing fuel and other things are stored here. Maybe solar panels? Or are these magazines? This might be another storage site for stuff. I don't know if... I don't think those are solar panels. Where's the actual airfield again? I'm back here. Yeah, this is definitely military related. I wonder what it is though. This could be training area. I don't know what this is. So if they did hit this, which it sounds like this is a guaranteed hit in the sense this has been geolocated. I don't know what this place is called. We're just gonna drop a pin here and call it. Are you airfield unknown name? Namer? No, just unknown name. And this is definitely one of the pits that got hit. Wonder about anti-air defense. Oh, they might not have their anti-air like the big boys in this area. They might be further out. This looks like a storage area for munitions. This might be anti-air. You have radar. This might be a launcher. This is radar. I think that's a radar. But I don't see your standard command wire, like all the wires that go to the command center for your battery, your anti-air battery. That's a ramp? What do you need a ramp for? What? The actual fuck is this? What is that for? Maybe drones or UAVs of some kind? I'm not sure. All right, neighbors, you need to chill. Hear you banging around. This might be fuel. Like they bring in, but it's blocked off. So I see a piping system. These are pipes that we're following. More pipes piped into here. This might be like refueling right in this general area. There's your or your air control tower, at least one of them. This thing got demolished. Whatever this is. Interesting. Okay. Well, we know this got hit. Guaranteed this has been geolocated. What's the other geolocations? Just repost. Repost. What else we got here? Another geolocation. Same airfield. Another strike on that same airfield. Okay, we're any more? See if we got any other 15 aircraft on 5 deep in the rear. Abstract video. Is this the original post? This is the original post. Mi-28, Mi-26, MI, and 1 transport aircraft. And then this guy's doing the geolocations. See if he's got any more. I like this guy's work. I will follow you, good sir. Anyone doing any geolocation on this? So far, this guy seems to have only geolocated some stuff. All right, let's go down our list and see if anything matches up. All right, we got this one. No, not what I was looking for. Does this match up with what we are? Where's my Wata? I feel like this isn't the right place. Can you also give me the lat and long each degrees for each potential airfield targeted in the table? Make my new table, please. We're just gonna make a giant spreadsheet. Do. No, you did change it. You changed my gosh dang table. You poop heads. You did me dirty. Which one were we on? We were on. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce these. This one. Control C, Control F, Control V. Holy crap, trains everywhere. God damn, that's close to Finland. This does not look like an active airfield, to be honest. I feel like the AI is failing me. Oh. I'm gonna take off my headphones. All right. Let's see if there's any active looking airfields through here. Are these mountains or something? Hills. This kind of reminds me of I forget what it's called, but like back in the day, glaciers used to be further down south than they are now. Like, you know, like millions or whatever years ago. And then underneath the glaciers, there was hydrostatic pressure from the ice pushing down on water, and the water would stir up soot, and it would turn the water into like almost like a gritty water. And then the hydrostatic pressure with that gritty water, it would erode land much faster. And that's what this kind of reminds me of. Like, these might be legit mountains. I don't know if there's any tectonic plates here. I don't know. My geography is really bad. This looks like more of a train station than anything. I mean, this looks maybe military-ish. 3D building. Look at that. This looks like an airfield, maybe. Would appear so. But this one airfield, I just don't believe. Yeah, I don't think this is active anymore. Bro. This is a big industrial. Some industrial shit going on over here. What are they doing? Coal. I'm guessing coal. Maybe they're transporting in and out coal in this area. Like black sand or, you know, black surface here. Lots of trains. I'm guessing this is coal. Just like a little patch of grass right here. God, this place just looks dirty. Like if you spent like a couple hours here, you're just gonna be covered in black soot. Yeah, I don't think this airfield's still active, to be honest. Is there anything in the area? This might be a range. This looks like, or we were comparing ranges. This looks like a range. This could be a training ground. What is all this out here? Oh, dude, I do not like cold areas. God damn. You know you live in a cold place when like you've won wars off of just cold weather alone. Like you just stop the enemy long enough for them to freeze in place and die. It's like Jesus. Bro, make some more parking spaces. People are parked like a mile up the road. Here's those pipes again. Some type of station. Where are these pipes going? Interesting. Yeah, I don't know about this one as a military target. Maybe to like hurt in industry, but I mean, it looks like coal, not oil. And I know they've been striking a lot of oil, but I don't know about this being of any great use. To hit, strategically speaking. Unless they were parking like some airframes here at random. A radiator repair. What is this? Historical landmark. Yeah, this just all feels like a big coal refinery place. Corporate office. What is this? This one, not so much. I'm not feeling that one. Like, could there have been something there? Maybe. What about this one? This looks active. I'm just trying to get an idea of how far away some of these airfields are from the front lines. This would be a deep strike if they hit this one. These look like a lot of transport. I'm not sure what kind of planes these are. Definitely have some helicopters on this one. Two for sure, like hardcore military, like fighter planes. More helicopters. These all seem like transport. And there's some fighters. A guard tower. Dude, imagine trying to pull guard in one of those. It must be so cold. Yeah, this looks a little bit more fighterish. Military plane. What is this? Okay, then the question is again, where are you guys storing your explosives and such? This looks like it could be the the outer perimeter fencing area. Maybe they're cutting down trees to clear it. It goes all the way where you can kind of follow the perimeter up into this area. Maybe cuts back around. Is that a trench? These look like trenches. No farmland here, though. They're not farming. Just forest and such. This potentially could house munitions. Not sure what this is. This is also separated by another perimeter. So a perimeter within a perimeter normally means like another layer of security for whatever reason there. Probably fuel here. Maybe I keep seeing like these. I keep thinking these are maybe fuel cells, but then I see stuff like this. This looks like the explosive storage, or in the sense of a munition storage area with a train track. Makes sense. Not sure why these are circular like this. I'm guessing these are like barracks or housing for military. Just a random airplane sitting out here. What is this? A historical marker. Yeah. Sports field. Yeah, this is gonna be your military. Where pilots and maintenance crews and all that have to have a place to live. I'm guessing some of this is barracks. And then you have the airfield up here. What about training? Any training grounds in this area? Hell yeah, look at that place. Bro. I wonder what that says. See what my phone tells me. Translate pharmacy. No breaks or days off. Help desk number. It's a pharmacy. Good old pharmacy. I wish I knew how to use, like, I wish there was a Google Lens website that I could put pictures into and it would just translate things on that picture. This is definitely a fuel cell of some kind. It's got another layer fencing around it. Your military aircrafts. So how would they get, if this is the munition storage area, because this is raised ground here. That might not be munition storage. I thought I had another place. This would be munition, I think. And I keep seeing these on every base I've gone to so far. I'm guessing this is munition. So let's say they drive in, they take the munitions to the airfield. How? Just any old way they want, I guess. Come here, drive up this road, come up this road, then come down here. This could also, no, these look like just regular connexes. And I'm guessing this is another anti-air battery-ish area. At least that looks like a radar. This could also be military munitions right here. They kind of look like. That or these are barracks, but I can't imagine these are barracks. You would see cars. I don't see any parking nearby. That looks like a guard shack. Like there's a gate to get into this area. Kind of looks like another one right here. So maybe munitions are being stored here too. Not sure about what that is. I mean, but if they were storing munitions there, how would they get it back to the airfield? Because you're not going to pick up, like, think about it, you're not going to pick up a fucking bomb. Be like, oh, we got to get it on the airplane. Let's go drive through this neighborhood. So I'm guessing that's not munition. What about over here? What is all this? Looks like another type of maybe air defense of some kind in this general area. Okay. We'll save this one. We'll continue on with our... Mm-mm-mm. All right, what's the next one? This one. Maybe it's this, Belgrade. There's two Belgrads. Just out of curiosity. Haven't been to this airfield yet. Helicopter, one airplane. Where's the rest of the stuff? More parking for aircraft. This one doesn't seem super in use, but I also don't have an up to date. When was this picture taken? 2021. Go kart track. This was an airfield. What is this? This one feels a little bit less likely. Dude, are these houses? No, I think this is a grave. This feels like a cemetery. Yes, it is. Okay. I was like, bro, those are some tightly packed, weird looking houses. Are those cowboy boots? This doesn't seem like a super cray cray military one. Yeah, we'll leave this one alone. I don't know. I know that one just doesn't seem. Belgrade. K-52s. Wait, you can make a KML of all these? Oh boy. Save this. Interesting. If you want. I'm just so interested. Dude, AI is pretty crazy sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, it'll just not work great on some of the simplest questions. And other times it's like, do you want me to compile an entire spreadsheet and make a file for you? Just copy and paste it into a Word document? Oh, I did it. That one saved. I don't see an airfield on that one. Oh, yeah, this is an airfield. These look like straight up terminals. Then here's your military aircraft down here. Yep, all right. They put one here because there should be one here. Yep, they did. Nice. Interesting. What's this? Oh, I already checked that one out. These ones seem really close to the front lines. Like you would think they're done doing this. This just seems super, super risky. I already checked that one out. Already checked that one out. I mean, dude, this thing is right on the. I don't even see where you would hide your planes on this one. You don't have. What is this? Toyota. Go-kart track. Yeah, I don't see any magazines or anything either. I just like I could see them emergency land here, maybe come here real quick for a refueling or something, but I don't think you're going to be loading ordnance onto that. I could be wrong. Oh, nice. He's got more. I'm stealing all of your content, my dude. I'm sorry. Very nice. All right. We'll come back to all this. Dude, losing a MiG though, because I think I have. We're gonna save. Uh, I'm just curious if it can do this. Only 40 to 50 transport? Aging. 110, 120. Su-34 is 20%. Jesus. K-52 is 33. Jeez Louise. Dude, 50% of your airframes and the Su-34. I mean, isn't the Su-34 pretty new? What generation are we calling these? Fourth gen. Bro, they have lost so many Ka-52s. Oh my god. Bro, they are. This is rough. Yeah, the backfire and the bear and the blackjack. One confirmed, two confirmed. Dude. So 850 million the SBU combined 1.5 billion. God damn. That's insane. Bro, this is a war. Like it still just shocks me in the sense like bro, this is gonna be a tough one for AI. Like, hey, I need Vietnam, Korea, World War II. We've lost 25 billion for all wars. Gulf War. Still 4 billion. $12 billion for all of GWAT. I'm just so curious. I didn't know we lost a lot of. I know we had like Chinooks get blown up and stuff, but just curious, what were the causes? We lost 15 mechanical failure, pilot error, landing accidents, 2 shot down, 1 combat loss. One combat loss. One combat loss. Six fixed wing over 20 years. We did lose a lot of helicopters. And we are much a more heavy air. Like we do air more in the sense of like yeah, that's wild. Interesting. Well, that's kind of the news on that one coming out. I mean, definitely wild. Dude, in 4 years, nonetheless. Oh my God. That's just so much gone. Insane. All right. That's pretty much the news for that one deal that happened today that I saw when I woke up this morning. So I just wanted to give it. I just wanted to review this. So, I'm noticing I don't see a lot of snow. This must have been earlier in the year. A lot of these were done. Interesting. All right. That's what that is. I'm going to probably be back on tonight. Play some Arma. All right. One love. I'm out. Shout over, shout out.